Supreme Radio, Supreme Radio, Supreme Radio.
No surprise whatsoever, because we're a world that's running away from reality. No surprise whatsoever. Denial at one degree or another. This is no surprise because honesty is not the best policy in this world today. You know, no surprise because self-love is absent, but the love of material things and money and sex and so on is present. You know, so we need to get things in the right order.
What was really positive was an elder said that this year they actually felt better than they did last year, and they are just accessing more. That's really positive to hear, because sometimes people think as time goes by, things are getting worse. You often hear people say their best years behind them. That's not really the greatest way to navigate life, thinking your best years are behind you. So what's happening and what I'm hearing about, people drinking in excess because, for example, they might be lonely. People are not feeling good and time's going by and they just access the drink. Now, a lady said to ask you, do you think, with regards to someone that she knows who kept drinking and drinking and they didn't have a partner, but do you think that if the person had a partner, maybe somebody supporting you through issues with alcohol can help?
Well, that is something really and truly, that's the wrong way of going about it. You can't rely on people to help you with your addiction. You have to help yourself.
Right.
You have to get on it. It's a great mistake people make. My brothers and sisters or my husband or wife. And so, no. We have to get honest with ourselves, and we have to take responsibility for our actions. We have to stop blaming and making excuses. We have to stop living in the past, keep revisiting those painful places that goes back into our childhood, etc., which, you know, we call trauma and so on and so forth, things that causes anger to flare up within us, and rage and regret and remorse, guilt and shame, whatever it is, we have to address these things. No girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife or best friend is going to save us. We've learned that in recovery. We have to save ourselves at the end of the day. No one else can swim but you in the water. You know what I'm saying? So you have to start swimming. You got to start, using your legs and arms. And of course, ask for help. Help me. Of course, we ask for help. That is part of it. But we do not rely or depend on any human person to help us succeed in our recovery as the only way that we're going to recover. That is not the way to go about it, because otherwise you'll never recover.
Because they're feeling guilty, so they couldn't have helped the person. It's like you say, it's got to be the person, the choice to start that journey of recovery. So no matter how much people talk to them, because people were talking to the person, trying to help them, but this particular person felt that they could have done more and they're feeling guilty about it.
I mean to say, yes, a lot of people get wrapped up in that emotional blackmail, the feeling that, I could have done more, or, that emotional inner conflict and so on and so forth. No. We are all individually responsible for our lives and for shaping our destiny, and also for attending to our feelings and attending to our thoughts, and also attending to our boundaries. These are things that we have to put into practice, simple things. Of course, it's lovely to have support from people. It's good to mix with other people who are not drinking and all that sort of thing, which helps us to motivate us and encourage us, or even people who are drinking, who love us, who will say, well, oh, that's good, you're off the drink now and so on. That's great, keep it up. Yes, it's good to get that support. But at the end of the day, it's not them that guarantees your success. It is you yourself that guarantees your success in recovery.
For families listening and they can see that someone has a problem, what would you say helps and what harms? How can families help and what they might be doing that's typically harmful? Any thoughts there, Tamara?
Well, what is harmful is ignorance. What is harmful is sweeping everything under the carpet. What is harmful is the whole family going into denial and hoping everything will go away. That sort of thing there. Yes. What is harmful is dishonesty. And what helps is honesty, even if it hurts. Even if it hurts the other person. Get it out, because that's what they're running from. They're running from pain. And we have to feel the pain and go through the pain and realize that the pain doesn't kill us. It's not nice. It's very uncomfortable. It can get us
Yes.
in a very bad mood. But however, the pain comes and the pain goes. We mustn't be people pleasing. These family people pleasing thing, we don't talk about it. We're all walking on eggshells around him or her and ignoring this and ignoring that, ignoring their unmanageabilities in life that's suddenly popping up all over the place. No, we have to stop and say, look, you've got a problem. We'd like to help and support you in that problem. If you want to stop whatever you're doing, but if you're going to continue what you're doing, we cannot support you, because we're not going to support you to continue drinking alcoholically, suicidally.
Yes. And Tamara, what you said there regarding feeling the pain, it links to one of the titles today, Joy and Pain. So this feeling the pain, absorbing oneself in the pain. Now, everyone knows by now I totally love DMX, and he was somebody that, like yourself, absorb the pain, like believe that pain is part of life, not resisting the pain. So with regards to things that happen in life events that can trigger people to start drinking, that can trigger people to start all sorts of things that's not good for them, what positive words can we put out there to people who life is just not going the way that they would have liked, Tamara, right now, and with everything coming in at them, and then there's the drink, it's an option, it's there for them. What can we say, you as somebody who has recovered from alcohol, you've shared openly with us, what words can you put out there to someone who is just feeling like the bottle is the only way out?
The bottle, if it was the only way out, then the bottle would have solved the problem. But the bottle hasn't solved the problem. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. So that alone, the truth tells us that that's not the solution to the problem. The problems accumulate, like the bills, they just pile up. Just like the knocks on the door, they keep coming, and so on. Even if I know in addiction, people, draw their curtains and don't answer their doors, don't open no letters, and isolate and duvet dive and all that sort of thing, hoping that one day they'll just come out from under that duvet and everything will be fine. And they won't have to drink any more alcohol or take any more drugs or whatever it is, or whatever addiction they're involved in at the time, because addiction is addiction at the end of the day. Whether it's alcohol, the same thing applies to all other forms of addiction, even if it's food, overeating food and so forth. Yeah, so really, it is a matter of honesty, and it's just a matter of when the pain gets too much to bear, when the addict The alcoholic, is still going through pain. Not even, bottles of alcohol can anesthetize them anymore. The pain, everything has stopped working as far as that is concerned. Then many of them actually turn around, will come around and say, well, I've got to find help. I've got to, seek help in my recovery from this terrible affliction.
Resonates. If you'd like to ask any questions, send the questions through. The number is 079. Tamara, we're going to continue after the break. Just checking in with you. How are you, Tamara?
I'm well, thank you. Balanced, I'm well. Thank you very much.
We appreciate your wisdom, and we're going to continue after the break, each and every one. Supreme Radio.